trafficking is a huge problem in Northeast Ohio and across the country. But one high school senior is raising awareness for victims around the world, and she was even invited to a recent conference on human trafficking. The youngest presenter who has ever participated in that conference. Joining us now is Monica Nemeth. She is a senior at Shaker Heights High School. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot of people might be surprised that a high school student would be this involved in a subject like this. How did you get interested in the problem of human trafficking?
So about a year ago, the director of the organization that I work for now, the Imagine Foundation, came to my school to talk about human trafficking in Northeast Ohio. And then I knew essentially nothing about human trafficking in general and nothing at all about human trafficking in Ohio and in Cleveland. And Cleveland has a really bad human trafficking problem, as you know. And so I learned that girls aged 12 to 16 are at the greatest risk, and so those are girls in my demographic. And so I was really disgusted by what he said, but really compelled also to do something.
And since that, you've been volunteering with that organization, but you're also going around to high schools and talking to students in that age group that are so at risk.
So I'm the director of Project SAFE, which stands for Saving Adolescents from Exploitation. And so as part of my job, it's a teen outreach, and I go to different schools and community groups, and I talk to their students, middle schoolers, high schoolers, and I tell them not only about human trafficking, but ways that they can be safe on the internet,
right.
Which is also a really important aspect.
And I was reading that one of the things that you do is you ask them about pictures that they've posted on Facebook, and have they ever had likes from somebody that they don't know? And that's how this can start.
Right, and so I'll ask how many of you have gotten a friend request or a like on a picture from somebody that is a stranger, and almost every hand goes up. And I say, how many of you have responded to a chat from a stranger? And many of them still have their hands up. And so you're right, that's exactly how it starts, is that they start talking to strangers, and you know, that turns into a trafficking situation.
And I know when I started working on this, it was, you know, the thing I kept hearing from people was, oh, I didn't think that happened in this country, that it was something that happened elsewhere, but it does happen here.
And that was my initial reaction when the director of my organization, Jesse Bach, came to speak. I didn't know the extent of trafficking in the United States and within Cleveland, so close to where I live. So I think that it's something that we need to be way more aware of, and it's something that goes on right under our noses. So it's something that we have to keep fighting and keep an eye out for.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us about this. And I know you're a senior and you're planning on continuing to work in this field when you go into college and after, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.